Hi, I'm Kayla, the BookTube Turtle, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I want to reread in 2021. So we're like mid-January right now, and I've already read 4 books this year, and I'm just like on such a reading roll already. Like, I have not been in a reading mood in years. Like, I read, but not a lot. But this year I just I'm ready to go. So because I'm in such a nice reading mood, I decided that I really want to reread a lot of things this year, in addition to all of the new books that I read, because I have a lot of favorites, or books that I really want to revisit, and I just haven't. Some of these on this list I have, but it's just like a yearly thing. And these aren't in any particular order, and I'm just gonna reread them whenever I feel like it. But the first one that I have on this list is obviously Eliza and Her Monsters. If you've seen other videos on this channel, you probably know that Eliza and Her Monsters is one of my favorite books ever. I love this book so much. It just is so good. It just makes me so happy every time I read it, and it's one of those that I tend to reread at least once a year, sometimes more than once. I think I only read it once last year, but the year before that I read it 4 times in one year. It's just so good. Another book I want to reread is Autobiography. This is also one I've reread kind of every year, and also sometimes more than once a year. It's just, see, these 2 books, there's only one of them, so it's not like a whole series. It's just one standalone book, and they're just so easy to read and go through really fast, and both of them just bring happiness to me. Yeah, Eliza and Her Monsters and Autobiography are definitely 2 that are going to be read at some point this year. One of the series I want to reread is Throne of Glass. I'm actually already in the process of rereading the first one. I'm 60 pages in. I have been wanting to reread this for a while because I still haven't read book 6. I have had book 6 since it came out, but I never got around to reading it because that book is literally 996 pages or something. It's somewhere around in there, close to 1,000, and that's just very intimidating. So I just didn't get around to reading it, and by the time that I was just oh, I really want to finish this series, I don't remember what happened throughout the series. I remember the big things, but not details, and I feel a lot of the details are important because of this fantasy world and everything. So I was just you know what, I will just reread the series throughout the year leading up to the final book, and then I will finally read that book. But yeah, I don't plan to read this series back to back to back because that's a lot of high fantasy for me all at one go. So I'll probably I'm reading Throne of Glass right now, and then I'll probably read something else and then read the second book, read something else, you know what I mean? It's kind of back and forth so I don't feel burnt out, because I do love this series, and just reading this beginning chunk of Throne of Glass, I forgot how much I love these characters. So yeah, I'm really excited for that this year. Another series, a trilogy that I want to reread this year is the Riser trilogy by Becca C. Smith. I recently got to read an arc of her newest book, and it just really made me miss the Riser trilogy, which was the first series that I read of hers, and those books were so good, and I just really want to read them again, so I'm going to try to make that happen this year. Another trilogy is Rite of Rejection by Sarah Nugovich. I've also talked about this on my channel here and there. This is like one of my favorite dystopian series. It's just so good, and it's been a minute since I've reread it. So I really want to get to that this year too. And the last book that I have on this list is Loveless by Alice Oseman. This book came out last year in July, I think, and I just really want to read it again this year. This is like one of the few books that has like significant aromantic asexual representation, and like where it talks about it and like the characters like trying to figure all of that out, and the book just like resonated with me so much and made me feel like so normal. So yeah, I really want to read that again. I'll probably read it over the summer, maybe close to like when it came out last year. So I'm really excited to get to experience that book again. So yeah, those are the books that are currently on my list to reread. There could be other things that pop up as the year progresses that I decide I really want to reread. But these are the ones that I would really like to get to this year, in addition to all of the new things that I want to read. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you plan to reread this year. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.